Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashland and I want to thank you for being here. If you're a subscriber, hey, thank you for tuning in to another video. If this is your first time visiting, make sure you click the subscribe button and you like and all that good stuff. So I want to talk about perfection. One of the things that I ran into before probably a bunch of times, like before I'll get started with a goal or before I wanted to get forward and go get started with my dream, I would always be thinking like, well, first I got to get it perfect and then I'll share it with everybody. Or I had this whole thing about perfection, that I wanted things to be perfect first before I can move forward, right? And so as I've been going along my journey, and I kind of got rid of that belief, because I realized that you can't get to perfection without starting. And a lot of times people get tripped up thinking that they have to have something perfect before they get started. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's not true, because the perfection comes, and first of all, I don't really believe in perfection. I'm saying, when I say perfect, I mean whatever your definition of perfect is, because I feel like perfection is different from person to person. So what's perfect for me may be different for somebody else. So when I say perfection, I just mean whatever is perfect for you. But when we don't start things, or we don't get started with our dreams, we don't get started with our goals, we don't get started with whatever we want because we feel like it's got to be perfect. So like you want to have this perfect, it has to be perfect. Or what we do is we quit and we don't keep going because it's not perfect the first time you tried it or the first time you did it. You just want it to be perfect right off the bat. And I realized, that saying, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. You can't get to perfection without practicing. In the practice of something, in the doing over and over of something, that is how you create perfection, or your definition of perfection. If you're wanting to learn a language or play guitar or ride horses or whatever it is, know that with practice you'll get perfect at it. So it's like, and I know this can seem very like elementary, but sometimes we have these things that run on in our mind and we don't think them out, and so it causes us to quit. It causes us to never get started. It causes us to just think about things in the wrong way. But the practice is the biggest part of it all, because in the practice and in the doing of something over and over again, you get better at it. You learn to fine tune it. You learn to find your voice. So I also wanted to say, in the practice makes perfect, is once you find your goal, your dream, your passion, something that you really love and that you're passionate about and that you want to do it every day. Do it every day, or as much as possible, because practice makes perfect. You'll eventually master your passion. You'll eventually master your gift. You'll eventually master your purpose, or get to what you feel is perfect, or at least close enough, as you practice it. So the more you do it, the better at it you get. And this is something that just, I don't know, maybe over the past few months or so, I've understood on a deeper level, because I know if I want to reach a certain goal, I gotta be doing it more. I have to spend a lot of time in that passion, in that purpose. And I kind of made a video similar to that before, but I didn't bring it together with the practice makes perfect, because we hear that. I'm sure you've heard practice makes perfect, and there's so much significance in that. It's telling you that in order to get to perfection, or to be able to, because it's like we want to be perfect right when we start, and that's just not how life works. It's a process in everything. So we always have to remember, like, okay, this is a process, and my goal starting out is not to be perfect. My goal starting out is to be enjoying the process, to enjoy it, to make the mistakes, to learn from them, to grow, and to just do what you love. Because if that's what it's about, that's what it's about. And once you find something that you love, focus more on it being the enjoyment of it instead of it having to be perfect right off the bat, because the more you do it, it will become perfect, because practice makes perfect. And that's how you master something. That's how you become better at something. And I always remember too, when you're starting out and maybe things feel tough or whatever the case is, remember why you're doing it. Remember that I'm going to do a video separate on the why, but just remember like that you're doing this from a space of joy and love, that you love it. Just like rappers, people that sing and dance and play basketball, do all of these things in entertainment. They love that. They have a passion for it. And they know that they have to practice. All of them go to practice every day, all the time. They have practice and drills and all of these types of things, rehearsals and this and that. That is such a major part of it. Nobody just gets perfect, just start off perfect. No, you have to practice and then you get to perfection. Practice makes perfect. Not perfect makes practice. No, practice makes perfect. So I just wanted to kind of like hit on that, because if we start thinking about stuff the right way, instead of like just catching the things, like how we going into stuff. How do you go into it? Do you go into it expecting it to be perfect right off the back, and if it's not, you quit, or you just feel like, dang, I don't even want to do this anymore? Or do you go in knowing that practice makes perfect? Practice makes perfect. That I have to keep practicing and keep doing this, and guess what? I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better and better and better. And you can be looking forward to, the more I practice, the better I get. That I know that as I continue to do this, as I continue to do it more and more, it's just going to continue to get better and better, and it unfolds even bigger than I ever even probably thought, or than I even ever expected, because I'm going on that journey and I'm going in it knowing that I'm practicing. I know that I'm bettering, so practice is what makes perfect, not just starting out or whatever. So I just wanted to make that video. Keep going on your goals, your vision, your dreams, because they're there for a reason. Peace.